This time on Mike and Melly's magnificent motorcycle modifications, mufflers!
Melly and I are back out in the garage once again, and today we are going to start modifying the exhaust on Barney. They don't really make an exhaust system for Barney. There's a couple of brands. I think there's a Jardine and maybe one other that I don't remember, maybe Cobra. But what we're going to do is we're going to cut the original mufflers off and then put a set of slip-ons on it. And so Mel's on the ready with a hacksaw, so let's get stuck in. So first things first, Mel is going to remove the bolts that hold just this side bracket on. The idea here is, and we're going to have to kind of figure this out as we go, we're going to cut the original factory muffler off at the first weld, and then that gives us plenty of material to decide what angle we want the new pipe to sit at. Someone's already gone after these. I cleaned it up with a hole saw, but somebody drilled a ton of holes out to try and improve the tone of the exhaust. And it's beat up and scratched and all that jazz, so we're just going to do a custom job. Alright, Mel, dig in. So there are 5 bolts that hold this bracket on. 2 you can't really see, and then the 3 that are on the front. And one of those actually used to have the passenger foot peg on there. Don't fall over. Because we've turned this into a solo bike, a Melly only bike.
Did you drop these on there?
No, I didn't. I don't think that bracket's ever been off of the muffler itself. So those were a little tight, but Melly got them. That bracket should weasel out of there somehow. There you go. Alright, so that purple bracket that's on the frame is going to be, we're going to have to figure out some way to get the bracket that comes with the slip-on mufflers to kind of retrofit or whatever. But now that's out of the way, we've got some room for the hacksaw to get in there. But I think we're going to have to flip the blade and hacksaw to make this work. Yeah, let's cut it off there right at the weld, because we can always cut more off if we want to reposition the slip-ons, but we can't add the metal back. Mel basically took the hacksaw apart, flipped the blade upside down, put it around the exhaust so that the blade is pointing downward. That way she is always cutting downwards instead of trying to cut the hacksaw up. And this is mainly just for our convenience, so we don't have to take the whole system on and off the bike. But should work out.
This isn't going to take forever or anything.
Of course not. Actually, it goes a lot faster than you think it does. Melly's like, yeah, BS, I don't believe you. Yeah, I'll hold those out.
Back a bit.
Actually, let me bungee those for you. Hold on.
Yeah.
Once you get that groove established, you should be able to just glide through that with one hand.
Like butter.
About halfway through it now. Melly's just about through it. Only about 1 billion more strokes to go. Melly's like, I hate you. Why didn't you buy a damn sawzall? But I bought new saw blades.
Lucky me.
Yeah, that last little bit may bind up a little bit, so keep cutting, don't stop.
I'm trying not to stop.
You gotta hold the pipe still.
Yep.
That's why the blade's biting on you. You're gonna be so friggin' happy when you get through this thing. Almost. There you go.
Success.
You're actually chopping the bike, Mel. You got a chopper. Well, Melly has dutifully hacksawed through that bad boy, and that's the original Honda muffler that's welded to the head pipe. What is that? Seneke? Is that what that says?
Sankai.
Senkai. Oh. I love, flip that over. I love how it says, installation of this exhaust system on motorcycle models not specified may violate federal law. We're breaking the law, Mel.
Breaking the law.
We're breaking the law. Not quite the reveal of the new pipe yet, but we got to run out to the hardware store real quick and pick up some bolts. But that is a 27-inch Emgo reverse cone Dunstall style muffler. And it's basically, with the exception of one plate in there as a baffle, it's a straight through shot. So it should definitely sound better than the original. All right, after a quick trip to the hardware store, we got this mocked up on the kick up. And what I mean by that, come over here to the side we don't have modified yet. The kick up is this part right before the factory weld, right there, right before the factory weld is where the kick up is. And I think Melly and I are in agreement. What do you think, Mel? It flares out too much, doesn't it?
A little bit.
Yeah. So while you worked your ass off to make the one cut, we're gonna have to cut it again.
What?
We have all the hardware now, so now it's just a question of cutting it here, there, and everywhere until we get it right where we want it. Yep, we get a good workout on the old arm. We made quick work with the hacksaw, and now this is what Barney looks like. So the pipe basically comes straight out of the head pipe and straight back. And Melly and I both agree, we think it looks better. Plastic's there right now just to kind of protect it while we're still doing the work. This 27-inch Dunstall replica Emgo slip-on pipe fits the Honda Rebel just perfect. I didn't have to use additional reducers or any kind of wonky stuff. And I think once we seal that up with some black RTV, it shouldn't leak at all because the clamp's cinched right up. And it's pushed all the way forward to the crossover pipe. And that pretty much is what locates it, and it gives us just enough room back here to the brake stay, or the torque arm, whatever you want to call it. And even picking up the bike completely, the wheel doesn't drop down and interfere with this clearance, even though it's pretty tight. So it'll be tucked in underneath the bike, it'll be low, it'll look pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Cool deal?
Yep.
Sweet. I know we didn't capture all this on video, but honestly it wasn't that exciting. It was 2 bolts and a little S-bend on this bracket. What is this? It's a 10 by 1.25 bolt. I don't remember how wide or how long it is. And there's an eye lock, a couple of washers, and it clears the chain by about 1/4 of an inch. We clear the chain back there even when you take all the weight off the bike. So that's about as tucked in as that pipe's going to get and not touch anything. And the kickstand clears it too.
Yeah.
So now we take the plastic off and hear what it sounds like. The plastic is now off and we got all our stuff cleaned up. And that looks pretty damn badass, don't you think?
Yep.
We're going to have to start Barney up. We are going to be making a new set of these brackets here. Those work, but they're not very thick steel. And because everything's tucked in real close, I mean, we've got clearance everywhere. I just don't want any risk of those brackets bending by accident and, you know, having the pipes get damaged. But there's plenty of room to the chain, and then even back here, chain's still got good clearance. So that's about as tight and as low slung an exhaust you're going to get on a Honda Rebel. Yeah, it's going to need a choke. It's cold. Fire it up, no. See, told you it wasn't going to be stupid loud. It's got a deeper tone now.
Sounds meaty.
Oh yeah. Even without any silicone RTV on the joints, it's still sealed really well. I definitely want to remake remake those brackets so that they're stronger. Just imagine what that's going to look like with the rear fender all smoothed out without that toaster on the top of it. Barney is looking badass, man. Barney is badass, Mel. Want to shut it off? When I was getting off the throttle from the test ride, you could hear it burbling as it was decelerating. It sounds badass. It's like bum, 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 bum.
Oh, right.
Yep, so other than painting the head pipe black and then pipe wrapping it, we've got this titanium colored pipe wrap. We need to remake those brackets to something that's beefier. Those brackets are just too wimpy. I mean, nothing touched with me riding it, and I hit some pretty big holes. Everything worked fine, nothing was rubbing, but I don't want to have any chances of it catching.
Contacting back in there?
Yeah, or the sprocket and chain on the other side. But everything else clears fine, so it's basically the same bracket, but I'll put a little bit different bend in it so that the pipes will push out away from the bike slightly. Yeah. But other than that, no, it's almost a bolt-on affair once you cut them off. And they seal perfect. There's no silicone RTV on those clamps, so they're sealed. There's no leaking, man. I was giving it hell in every gear. It's the titanium stuff, so it doesn't need to be top coated and it frays less. According to DEI, you don't have to soak that in water when you wrap it. We'll find out how tight it is, and I've got some nifty stainless clamps. And now that the exhaust is basically under mounted, it's pushed more forward than it would have been, so there's not a lot that we will have to wrap. The crossover pipe and the header pipe would be about it. Because it doesn't look like it in the video here, but the chrome's pretty trashed. And it may polish up and look okay, but I think we wanted to do the pipe wrap anyhow. Are you petting Barney?
Yeah.
So that worked out really well. Those are Emgo Dunstall replica 27-inch reverse cones. They fit perfectly onto the head tube of a Honda Rebel with the supplied reducers. I bought extra ones that didn't need them. They sealed up perfectly. The only thing I'd recommend is you're going to need hardware from the hardware store, because the hardware that comes with it kind of sucks, which is like what I'm finding with all motorcycle stuff aftermarket. The hardware sucks. So plan on a visit to the hardware store for some nuts and bolts and washers and nylocks. Also, the bracket that holds the mufflers in place, while it does the job, I don't think the gauge of steel is thick enough to safely hold those pipes and not allow them to ever bend or move. So we're going to make up some new ones. Put a little bit of an angle change to kind of flare the pipes out so that they are away from the chain and sprockets in the brake stay. It was several hours in the garage plus a trip to the hardware store, so... But it was a fun...
And a lot of bloopers.
And a lot of bloopers, yes. Not all of which were on camera. Anyhow, until we see everyone again, ride safe. Bye.
Bye.
I'd get it one piece at a time, and it wouldn't cost me a dime. You'll know it's me when I come through your town. I'm gonna ride around in style. I'm gonna drive everybody wild, 'cause I'll have the only one there is around.
This time on Mike and Melly's magnificent motorcycle.
Just...
I was gonna do it. I can't look at you and do it.
No, just don't...
Yep.
Don't try to start and stop it. Just
Yep.
do it.